And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Webby-nominated podcast featuring Joey and Chandler.
Powered by Riverside FM.
All right, welcome everybody to Joey and Chandler's The Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, White Gandalf.
White Gandalf, there you go.
Yeah, I'll definitely edit that out. We don't need
Gandalf
your real
white
name.
to turn into White Gandalf.
Exactly. Well, that's we went off of your response as you listened to it or whatever, you know.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
Hey, so yeah, obviously we're nearing the end of February. Me and Joey get ready to be back doing new stuff. I was gonna ask you this on the phone. This is what I wanted you here for this intro, but not for this part. But hey, we want to record this weekend. Do you want to be the first guest for March Madness?
Sure.
You can do it on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. I think so.
All
what
right,
happened
we'll text
Saturday?
you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It'd be like Saturday evening for us, which is like what, mid-afternoon
Saturday
for you,
afternoon.
somewhere around this time.
4 hours still. We haven't changed the clocks, have we? No,
not yet. Oh, but those go in early March.
pretty soon, right?
Yeah, I think they go pretty soon. But all right, real quick, let me go over to the holidays.
Here are today's effing holidays.
So the holidays for February 20th. Where are they? I had them set up. Did you know today is National Comfy Day? White Gandalf?
What comfy day? I don't know. I feel so comfy after working today. So
National Comfy Day. Allow yourself on February 20th to get comfortable and relax. It's time to get cozy in your favorite place and just take a break from the daily grind. Hashtag National Comfy Day. I know in Hawaii it doesn't get too cold, but it's like maybe get yourself a Snuggie, right?
yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, I don't have one of those. Nope.
It's also National Love Your Pet Day. You don't have any of those
pets
either.
around the house somewhere.
You get lizards or something that wander in. On February 20th, pet lovers everywhere observe National Love Your Pet Day. This holiday focuses on giving extra attention to our pets. The day encourages pampering our pets and focusing on the special relationship pets hold in our lives. Obviously, I have my little kitty. I don't know if I ever talked about it. I think I learned this. I don't even remember if I brought it up with Joey on an episode about 2 years ago now. They by the way, hashtag National Love Your Pet Day. Did you know they do? You can get insurance now for pets.
What?
You know you get you get like
pet.
You get life insurance, like medical insurance and stuff like that. You can get it for your pets. You can get like medical insurance to go to the vet and whatever. Right? It's just
is there life insurance on your pet too?
I don't know if there's life insurance. That's a good
question.
Can
you imagine that? You take life insurance and all of a sudden your pet ends up dead like next week and you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
Just collecting all my insurance.
Yeah, just you're counting money.
Kill your cat.
Like,
That'd be terrible.
Don't worry about this. Last but not least, it's also National Tartar Sauce Day. This is the Friday after Lent begins. So
you eat fish on Friday, I guess, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I was like, why is it National Tartar Sauce Day? That's right.
I guess you're not supposed to eat meat or something.
Right, yeah.
So you eat fish and you dip it in tartar sauce or whatever.
I remember my Navy days on the ship with you. And I would observe that not eating meat on Friday. And then I was like, but I'm not Catholic. It's like I don't know why I was doing that to myself.
I'm sitting there scarfing meat and I'm going, I am Catholic.
There are many reasons for observing National Tartar Sauce Day the Friday after Lent begins. Things start to get fishy for one. For another, tartar sauce complements more than just fish. Don't think I've ever had anything other than fish. Maybe
I was going to say, what does it complement? I guess you could put it on a sandwich. What has it got? Mayonnaise in it or something?
Yeah,
mayonnaise and pickle relish or something.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it. I think with some French fries before.
I wish they'd put an example of what you could use it with. I guess you could use it with anything, but I don't know. It just doesn't sound appetizing with anything else.
But also, hashtag National Tartar Sauce Day. So that's it for the holidays. Let me quickly do the headline music real quick.
It's time for this week's edition of Joey and Chandler's Headlines. Yay! Hooray!
Yeah, my first headline, my stepsister texted the family. My niece, one of my nieces, she just got first place in the 200 in high school track, and I guess she set at least the school record. She set a record for it and stuff, and the relay team do. So they got. I think they went to state last year, and they were really young. Their pretty much looking pretty good this year already. Right? Like I said, she's only a sophomore, so congrats to her. Let me get the clapping. Yeah. Also, for a headline, I will say this. I sent myself an email of all this. What's cool about me and Joey take our little winter break right now, right? Between January and March.
Yeah.
It allows us to do other things, right? But I get so many I get backlogged in a lot of ways in headlines of stuff, right? So I set there's probably gonna be like headlines that first episode back that you'll be a guest with us. That I'm like gonna just be like kind of rattling stuff off, hoping like, hey, this is just kind of rapid fire on some of these. I don't need your thoughts. It's just like I just want to say this happened. I just want to say this happened.
Out there. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
And I'm currently working on a song. He texted me an idea that he had this morning, so I'm working on it, and we'll see if we get to unveil it for, that episode when we come back.
Nice.
Right on. But what I do want to get your input on before we stop here is you watched S.N.A.R.K TV episode 1?
Yes.
You've seen episode 2?
Yes.
What are your thoughts? I mean, out of 1 to 5 stars, what would you give? Would we be 3.5 at least?
Yeah, you'd be higher than 3.5. I give you 4. 4.5.
4, there you go.
I like this stuff. I think it's funny.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Come up with some good ideas.
Yeah. And now was it you? I can't remember if it was you or someone else I was talking to. Was like, hey, now that the challenge is I get these ideas and I'm like, how do I make it happen? How do I execute it? It's like, how do I make it come to life? It's like, but yeah, I appreciate. So that's why with the reruns, I've been adding a little clip.
Yeah.
Like I had the VD one. Did you see my VD Day commercial? I don't know why.
Awesome.
I like calling VD Valentine's Day VD and just saying, hey,
that's what it is, man.
On February 14th, you get to give everyone VD, and people are like, I just think it's funny when you say it like that,
Yeah.
So I had that little commercial that I made, and
that was good. Good commercial. Led off the episode.
Deadpool at the end, being like, what?
Yeah.
So, but this is going to lead into a rerun, and I haven't looked up which rerun it is yet, so I can't properly lead it into it, but it will be something that he and I did, obviously, and then like I said, you will guest with us this weekend. We'll record it. It won't come out until that first Friday in March, but you'll get to help us with the first round of March Madness, looking at some of the high school crushes, right? Some of the we went a little more a little more Maxim-ish. Remember the magazine Maxim?
Yeah, Maxim and Blender and what was the other one? Stuff magazine, right? With all kinds of
stuff. A little more like that way for this March Madness. I think next year we'll see. I kind of want to do recess games that would never fly nowadays. Stuff we did back then that you're like, oh my god,
Foursquare.
Well, like
tetherball.
Tetherball was one. The lawn darts. The
oh my god,
I'm telling you, the was it
even
ring around?
Playing on that merry-go-round thing was like deadly.
No, Red Rover. I was thinking it's ring around. Remember Red Rover? Because everybody would be like, Red Rover is the one where you would get clotheslined constantly. And I don't even know what the teachers were doing back then. But yeah, so that's what I'm hoping we'll do. March Madness 27, but 26 we're doing the high school crushes of Choey and Chandler's in the 90s.
Right on.
We kept it to high school related, but yeah. So that will lead this will lead into our rerun episode. But we only have 1926. We only have one more after this, so it's this one, next one, and then we're back to new stuff.
Rolling in. Yeah.
Rolling in. So, all right. I'm going to say peace, and we're going to roll on to the rerun. All right. Stopping.
We were making jokes in a living room. Now we're on a list that feels way too official. 1 minute it's memes and bad ideas. Next thing you know, this got corporate and judicial. We checked the email like it was spam. Thought, no way, this is actually true. But now we're being judged by people who literally decide what the internet do. So if this song sounds nervous, yeah, it's true. We're deeply unqualified, but very into you. Coca-Cola, please hydrate us. Meta, please don't algorithm hate us. YouTube, TikTok, Audible too. We made a podcast, now we're being judged by you. drive us to success. A Combinator, invest in this mess. Activision, make us it's a game. PBS, tell our parents we're not ashamed. RGA got the global creativity, OpenA got the robots behaving, TikTok's got the trends we can't keep up with, and YouTube runs half a modern civilization. A famous actor from the Hateful Eight and Ant-Man 2, yeah, that's our fate. A famous social media creator runs 1111, and someone from Meta's teaching AI how to act human, while one of you's literally shaping the future. We're just hoping that our mic didn't pick up every blooper. We don't know how we got in this room, but we promise we wore our nicest. Coca-Cola will take a sip. Meta, please don't shadow ban this clip. Audible, let them hear our jokes. Waymo, we trust you with our hopes. YouTube, we obey the algorithm. TikTok will dance if that's the system. OpenA, please don't flag our tone. PBS, please adopt us as your own. We used to celebrate 5 downloads. Now we're up against the people who run the entire internet. One of you literally leads AI policy, and we once argued for 10 minutes about a sandwich. So if this song is unhinged, that's just our brand. We're extremely grateful and deeply out of our depth. Coca-Cola, Meta, Waymo, TikTok trends we don't even know. Activision, YouTube, Audible, Y Combinator said this is plausible. OpenAI, please be kind. Famous actor, please don't mind. PBS, tell the world we tried. We made a podcast and somehow survived. Honestly, we're just happy to be here if you're listening to this as a judge. Thank you for not skipping ahead. That alone feels like a win.
Powered by Riverside FM.
All right, welcome everybody. So you just made me laugh with your bouncing to the music. Welcome everybody to Joey and Chandler's The Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Joey.
Welcome, Chandler. I love how I thought at first you like cough. I'm like,
no.
Really? Like you cough in the intro? You can't just like stop, but then you're laughing. I was like, okay, good. We're good.
No, because it was like we were both bobbing to the drum beat, but it was just like how when it stopped and it was like you did like a little pose.
I was like,
And that's what
head bang with the no hair.
Yeah, but it was after you headbanged and you posed that's what got me. It's like you had this little pose. How's it going, sir? December time, you know.
Yeah,
Dude,
like I'm fortunate enough not to have seen a ton of traffic. Yes.
Oh yeah.
I think
have
what
you
it
been shopping
is, though,
yet, man? I need to.
I think what it is like there's not as much people out shopping just because it's not like you got so many online things.
Yeah, I might be doing a lot of stuff online again. We'll see. Speaking of shopping, man, it's supposed to warm up a little bit here at the end of the week. What I was hoping to do, and maybe we have to do it like around December 20th. Remember we talked about shopping at the HEB so we could drink beer as we're going? You remember
As long as it's really actually allowed, because I don't want to get
No, it is.
arrested.
It is allowed. There's a restaurant there that they serve beer, and you can get a beer and walk around the store. Because I need to probably get some what do you call it, gift cards anyway. So I was like, hey, me and Joey, we could record there, on the iPod, on the AirPods, and oops, and we play that out.
That's about the 2-minute mark. The 2-minute.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, did you listen to last week's episode?
A little bit of it. I haven't got through the whole thing yet, though.
Do you remember what day did you listen to it? Was it yesterday or Friday?
Yesterday.
Okay, because I actually posted it Friday, and I couldn't find the part where you mentioned your missus' name, the wife's name.
Yeah.
And then I found it after I did it Friday, and so I went back Friday night and I clipped it out and put it back up.
Now, usually, like, if I do listen, like, cause, I mean, as much as I want to, like, do, like, Friday of, like, when it comes out, I'm like, I can let it settle.
Yeah.
Let it marinate. And then I'll do it on the weekend.
I'm still saying, man, you and other people, you got to listen to it when I have the premiere set up on YouTube, because they have this intro. It gets me jazzed. It's a cinematic intro that I get pumped, ready to listen to it. But that's at like 6:15 a.m. local time on a Friday. So it actually comes out about 5 hours earlier on YouTube than it does on Spotify and everything. So if people ever want to get a head start on it, they're like, hey, 5 hours earlier we can hear the episode. But
I wonder what they talked about.
Exactly. We'll go back and hear the next one and see what happens. All right, let's roll on to the holidays.
Here are today's effing holidays.
All right, sir. It's December 12th. Hey, do you know that today is National Salesperson Day?
That makes sense. Getting closer to like Christmas.
You're like, yeah, I get it. I get it.
I can see that one.
And then it says it's not normally December 12th. It's the second holiday or second Friday of December. It's in the middle of the holiday shopping season. National Salesperson Day recognizes the personnel who make sure the products keep flying off the shelves. On the second Friday in December, the day honors the value and dedication of the professional salesperson and the hard work they perform. So you can celebrate them. # National Salesperson Day. Congrats. Hey, well, I got two things I want to talk about here. The reason I said hey is I called this fruit salad, and I think I told you about it last holiday. Apparently, it's called ambrosia. I didn't know that. Pretty sweet, man. But National Ambrosia Day, it's right in the middle of the holiday season. National Ambrosia Day brings refreshing salad to the celebration table. It's a salad, but it's not really a salad. You know, it's a lot of fruit and sugar in it, but it tastes good. On December 12th,
fruit salad's actual name is ambrosia.
Well, this ambrosia, this has like the one I do has like cherries and peaches and pineapple and marshmallows and coconuts, right? So that's like, I don't know, like that's I think fruit salad a lot of times has like was it mayonnaise or something tangy in there, and then they have like apples and sometimes have nuts. But on December 12th, bring ambrosia to your holiday dinner or celebration, and then go home with an empty bowl. I would say a lot of people like it. And then last but not least, Joey and Chandler fashion. This just sounds funny. Today's National Ding-a-ling Day, sir. You already finished. Right. National Ding-a-ling Day on December 12th encourages us to reconnect with people we once talked about. See, I thought it was about the ringing, like the Santa bells at the store. I guess it's about ding-a-lings on this day. Call the people they haven't heard from in a while. So it's not what you're thinking. Just so you know, get your mind out of the gutter.
I don't think that's what anybody would think if they heard ding-a-ling day. Like, who calls it a ding-a-ling?
I don't know.
What the heck?
Like, I thought it was the ringing of the bell. Like I said, the Santa out trying to get money. But
that's why I kind of figured you were going to go with it. But then you're like, give him a call. It's like, what kind of a call is that? Is it a rhymes with duty call?
Yeah. Snooty?
I'm going to call my
Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
I'm going to call my ding-a-ling today.
All right. Anyway, moving on to the headlines, sir.
It's time for this week's edition of Joey and Chandler's Headlines. Yay! Hooray!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a brand new segment, News from Around the World, with Joey and Chandler. And just like we started last week, I'm gonna keep doing a little world headline-ish stuff, and then local headline. By the way, my first headline, I just found out today it was a hoax or whatever, it was AI. Did you hear about that drunk raccoon that they found passed out in a liquor store after they broke in and drank? Okay, so apparently there was this video. Right, so here's the headline. Raccoon breaks into a liquor store and passes out drunk. Turns out the viral video was fake. Ah, yes, America, a nation where teachers need 14 forms signed to use a pencil sharpener. But a drunk raccoon video? That we believe instantly. No fact-checking was needed. Oh, look, a raccoon doing shots? Yeah, that's totally normal. No, I saw this thing earlier in the week, and I started laughing because I was just like, maybe that raccoon listens to Joey and Chandler. And they're like, hey. Now, it turns out to be fake, man. But there's so many videos now, and doesn't it really suck that in 2025, you gotta sit there and you gotta check everything, You gotta be like, is that true or is that not true?
The ones I like to send you and our buddy Marsh with
Yeah.
the AI Jerry Jones reactions.
Yeah.
I wish those were real. That would be so awesome if he just, because he's thinking it. He's probably thinking something like that. But it's like he can't come out and say it.
I had to. I saw that Notre Dame pulled themselves from bowl contention. I was like, "Wow, that's got to be fake." And I looked it up. I was like, "Oh, it's true." Okay, so they're miffed they didn't get in, and they're just like, "That's it. We're not playing. We're not participating." So craziness. Second headline. This really goes. It's not trying to be political, but did you hear when they elected that Mamdani as mayor in New York, and he's Muslim, and so all these people started being like, "Oh, they're afraid that he's gonna make them learn Arabic in school." And then somebody said, "Well, they're already teaching Arabic numerals in schools in New York," and these people like lost it, dude. Right? I got outraged. So parents outraged that schools are teaching Arabic numerals, otherwise known to us as numbers. Tonight's top story: a group of parents are furious that schools are teaching Arabic numerals. For anyone confused, Arabic numerals are what we call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The numbers you see on the clock. Your phone, your bills, your gas pump, basically everything except your IQ score if you thought this was something different. This is why teachers are exhausted. We're not just fighting kids anymore. We're fighting math with grown adults who fear the number 4 because it sounds foreign. So, did you hear about that?
I read it right after you sent that thing to me and the dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, shut up. There's no way.
50-some% of people, adults, are like, what the heck?
Yeah, but you gotta think, man. Like, there's a lot of, yeah, I'll say it, because it's not like they're probably listening anyways. They probably don't understand how to turn on a podcast. There's a lot of stupid people out there that, like, just, like we talked about it, like, stuff gets sensationalized, and people are like, oh, I don't like the newfangled words. And you're like, I think about it for 2 seconds.
I try and not use the word stupid as much as I'm like, there's just a lot of uninformed people, Like, there's a lot of, this word has a bad connotation, ignorant, but ignorant just means you're not informed, right? You just don't like, but if you call someone ignorant, they think you're calling them stupid. And what I'm saying is, like, you just don't know what's going on.
Well, it's like,
but there's a lot of
racist
things. Yeah.
And prejudice. Prejudice is when you don't like people of a certain color, whatever that may be. Racist is like an institutionalized thing, the system. But people use it synonymously, and it's like that's not what it is. People are like whatever.
Well, prejudice isn't just about the race. I could be like, women are bad drivers. Well, all women are bad drivers. Like,
if you don't like us people of certain colors because you're prejudicing them, like if you think you're better than them or they're lesser because of a system than that systematic thing, then it's racism. Yeah, and there's a lot, and that would be more like the ignorance. I think there's a lot of dumb people out there just because they're like, oh, Arabic's bad because terrorists are Arabic. Calm down there, Cletus. That's not how that works.
I know this is different, right? But I think I've said it before on a couple episodes of the podcast. I know I've said it since I've been a teacher, and I know people that are listening. Well, luckily we have a lot of international listeners because they could at least agree. This whole standard system. The metrics a heck of a lot easier, right? But we could never go to it because a lot of us adults would be like, they'd be pushing back. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's too much work. I gotta move a decimal when it's like, dude, we don't like. I mean, that Washington dream is so funny when he's like, how many? It's gonna have inches and centimeters on both sides of the ruler. Oh, so we can see how they line up. And they never will. They don't, and they never will. It's basically how it is. It's like. Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, you sit there and you go, Arabic numerals bad. Well, we use them all the time. We use them all the time, people. It's like, get used to it. Like,
those are English numbers. And you're like, nah, not exactly. Not exactly.
And the 0 is from the Mayans, so it's really, Hispanic culture that helps with that. So there's a lot of things, we just pick and choose, right? But
Mayans are crazy though, because there were like, remember the whole thing with the Mayan calendar ended like May. Whatever 2012, so people are like, that's when the world's gonna stop.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And it's like maybe they just didn't want to write the calendar out any further because they wrote it for like 2,000 years.
Yeah, they got tired. They ran out of rock, is what it was, and chisels.
Yeah, but so they're also, like, all right, we're good.
I also do remember when we were all scared about Y2K because they're like, oh, what's gonna happen when 99 rolls to 0? The computers aren't gonna know what's going on. And there's a good what's my name is Earl episode when they ended up in they were like a Target or something, and that it rolled over to New Year's and everyone was out partying and no one was at the store because, like, remember when they used to close the stores?
Yeah.
Now they don't do that, but back in the day they did. So, like, there were 4 people trapped in the store and they thought they were the only 4 survivors. It's pretty crazy. But my name was Earl, man. If you ever watched that show, it's pretty funny. Obviously, it was years ago, but
Do you remember where we were at when it rolled into the year 2000?
I was in Hawaii. Whenever you,
No,
I was in the Navy by then.
I think you, and maybe it was Marshall.
Yeah,
I thought it was me, you, and Webb. I thought it was me, you, and Webb were downtown. It might have been Marshall.
No, yeah, it was you 3. No, I was in I was in Hawaii.
25
I was in
years
Hawaii.
Ago. Oh, that's why.
I was in Hawaii
we were
on
downtown.
New Year's, and it was weird because it wasn't cold.
We were downtown. We're like, woo, all right, let's go get back to the car before the traffic gets crazy. So we're like, oh,
You're like, world's gonna end. We're here.
we're downtown.
All right, my local headline, sir. Student launches lunchbox into tree and then attempts to rescue it using a stuffed animal.
Well,
Yes, just another day in my day as an American educator, where students make decisions that defy science, gravity, logic, and the Geneva Conventions. So a student threw their lunchbox into a tree, sir. Into a tree. And then, because they're 3rd graders, she thought if I throw this little teeny stuffed animal, I can knock it out of the tree branch. And they thought that was a good solution. Clearly it wasn't, because nothing says I've got a plan like escalating the situation with the projectile Beanie Baby. I didn't mean to, but I accidentally lied or misled the custodian because I thought it was about 10 feet. It was about 20 feet up there. And she got it down, but she was like, hey, next time, tell that kid she's lost it. And I was like, okay. And that's what I told the girl on Friday. I was like, but she came, dude, it was the end of it was middle of the week. It was Wednesday. She came hysterical right as we're trying to line up. She's like, it's in the tree. She's like, come on, Mr. Bing, you can get it. And I was thinking, now I'm hurt, so it's hard for me to jump anyway. But I'm like, well, if it's like 8 feet, maybe I can get it. But I look up, then I was like, what makes you think I can jump up and get that tree? Or like, so like, and it was sitting on top of like 2 or 3 branches, man. It was leveled, right? And so I'm yanking on the branch a little bit. It wouldn't come down. And then I was like, why is your stuffed animal up there? She's like, I threw it up there to knock the lunchbox off. And I was like, that wasn't a smart idea. But she was scared, or she was afraid to leave. And I was like, look, I'll talk to the custodian later. We can't do anything about it now because I need a super big ladder to get that. That's not going to happen right now. So craziness, man. Craziness with these kids.
You know what I like is the whole story is there was like a couple different or like lines that are just like adult and people, like, if they're listening, they're like, wait a minute, you could actually say that differently. I like how, like, the custodian's like, next time she lost it, got it?
Yeah.
And then the fact that you were yanking on the branch. I like how you're yanking on that branch.
Yeah. Shake it till it's gotta shake it clean, right?
Yep.
Anyway. Hey, last time we do a little ask a principal thing before we take our break. Did you see that text I sent you today with the when I said, hey, this seems like it's a little offensive? Did you see that?
I don't think I did.
You were so busy, you probably didn't see it. It's slide 38 if you want to look. This is a photo of a t-shirt. But essentially,
was it just to me?
I sent it to you and the dude, right? I went up today to grade some papers just because it's easier for me to focus at school. And I was just like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do my copies for tomorrow while I'm up here. And in the copy room, I saw this paper, and it's an activity. Now, I know it's a completely wholesome activity. But the title says, go elf yourself. And I just was like, I took a screenshot of it, and I was just like, doesn't this sound a little offensive? Only 2 teachers that I sent it to laughed. Everyone else is 3 teachers. Because one of my friends from my last school, who's one of the 2nd grade teachers at my school now, She laughed, but most people just kind of like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, that's what I don't like, man. It's when I got comedy, you got comedy, and people don't get it. And I'm just like, I don't want to explain this, you know?
Did so you saw that on the copy machine?
Yeah, there's a paper. It was like they're supposed to like cut little elves, and I guess they could decorate it and maybe draw their face on it or put a little
Yeah,
photo, whatever.
I'm seeing the text. So
Yeah.
that means somebody at your campus plans on doing that.
Yeah, exactly. And like I'm saying, it's a completely wholesome activity. It's
Even
just
had
where
the title.
I know, and that's where I go back to me and Joseph. We need to be quality control for so many things that teachers do, because we could be like, hey, this doesn't sound good, because we got that kind of brain that can pick up on what it can take it the wrong way. Like, I know what you're trying to do, but this is what it sounds like, and then some person could perceive it this way, and then it creates a situation.
That's one of those situations where you're like, do I tell my supervisor? Yeah. Or do I just let it slide? Because it's not going to really be directly affecting me.
Right. Dude, by the way, at my school, I got 2 teachers that want to guest at some point. It's really just about trying to figure out, availability type thing, right? But one of the teachers,
tell people they want a guest star. It's $1,000 guest appearance.
Yeah, exactly. You got to wash Choey's car, paint his house, right? No, but one of the teachers that wants to guest, because she's listened to us enough now, that every time she always thinks a kid named Joseph is Joseph. She always wants to call him Joseph because she's learned it. I've ingrained it in her brain with this podcast, right? And actually, I'm starting to. There's a couple things that I'm doing, like I've done, where I go set up appointments or whatever with that email, and just automatically pops up as Jandler, and so people just start calling me Jandler, and I'm just like, yeah, I just roll with it. And like they're like, this is a weird name, and like there's somebody was like, can I call you Jandler? I was like, yeah, sure, because it was on my email. I was like, yeah, it's basically my stage name now, but I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get used to it, like, just the norm.
I can just see this like backfiring, like somewhere like 10 years down the road, like maybe we've sunsetted the podcast. We're no longer doing it, and it's like, we need to get hold of Mr. Your actual names. They next of kin, next of contact. Get email Chandler. Chandler's I think that's his brother. Email Chandler. Get a hold of Chandler. They're gonna be like trying to get a hold. Nobody's calling, sir. We can't. You're gonna be like, that's not my name. That's me.
Exactly. Any thoughts you have any headlines you have before we go to break?
No, I'm. The only thing I can share though is I'm really sad. Like, I think that I read the article right now after you kind of made the mention of Notre Dame. Like, why you gotta put your head in the sand like that? Just go play a bowl game. It is what it is. You shouldn't have lost the first 2.
And White Gandalf
maybe don't
had a
be
good
independent.
Point. White Gandalf had a good point. Actually, he said that too. He said don't be independent, but he had a good point. He was like, there's probably seniors on that team that aren't going to go to the NFL, and they just lost out on a chance to play one last game. All because the university is butthurt. It is. It sucks, man. It sucks. It sucks.
But I mean, that's the way this thing's set up, and like sometimes they benefit from, sometimes they don't. Like, I'm a big Notre Dame fan, but you have that's another one I didn't even think about. Like, you have players on there that their season's over before they realized it.
Yeah,
because you're bowl eligible.
Oh yeah, you got 10 wins, man. You definitely bowl eligible. Yeah, I bet they would be like a New Year's bowl. I'm sure they, I guess Notre Dame doesn't need money. Who knows, man? Who knows? But I can roll to the break and then our holiday song, sir.
Sounds good.
We say pros, gun bait, cheers, mate, and cheers, mate again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's autosante, other times it's cheers, UF and hoser. We also say sade, salute, saluti, or tag a skull. Let's all say Nazdarofi in the Russian way. In Vietnam we shout out yo, Walugi Wawa, makes our Africa glow. In Portugal it's a solid South. In Bud Mo, Ukraine's here to stay. Taiwan says come but drink it down with pride. Then someone slams the table, next round they cry. In Thailand we clink and shout out chong. Then back to the bar till the liquor's gone. For Jamaica it's a loud Jamon. No matter the place we drink till dawn. In Israel they shout L'Haim with cheer. Bangladesh says joy hawk, raise your beer. Poland sings Nastrovi with pride. Lithuania's a fake carton worldwide. In India we say cheers. If you're bold, Hungary says Eggesegedre, don't go too slow. New Caledonia joins in with Alavotra, let it flow. From Ghana it's Akpateshi, let the good times roll. And Serbia shouts Chivili from the soul. Ooh, in Morocco we cry, Bissau with flag. Ecuador says salute, fiesta everywhere. And in Finland we say kippis, raise your beer in the air. That's how Troy and Chandler cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world.
Hi there, I'm here to help Choi and Chandler to read an advertisement for BuyBlackett.com. Please shop BuyBlackett.com. Are you looking for unique gifts at unbeatable prices? Then look no further. BuyBlackett.com has quality merchandise for everyone on your list, from gifts for cat and dog lovers, to American fans, beer enthusiasts, and even Jesus lovers. As for teachers, we didn't forget about you. Please don't miss our funny attire to brighten up your classroom. So bring a smile to your loved ones' faces and shop BuyBlackett.com today. Tell them Chewy and Chandler sent you.
Hi there, Ryan Reynolds here on behalf of my friends Chewy and Chandler. You may know me from movies where I either save the world or ruin Thanksgiving. But today, folks, I'm not here to sell you cologne, crypto, or questionable NFTs. I'm actually here to tell you about Fish.audio. This isn't really me talking right now. This is my voice, made by Fish.audio, which frankly is terrifying. It sounds exactly like me, and trust me, I've heard my voice in 87 trailers. This is better. Whether you're a podcaster with a potato microphone, a game developer building an army of space dolphins, or just lonely and want a perfect Morgan Freeman to read your grocery list out loud to you, Fish.audio has you covered. Fish.audio is easily one of the best voice generation platforms I have ever used, which is saying something, because I've done voiceover for a toothpaste brand in 4 languages I don't even speak. And speaking of that, Fish.audio is cross-lingual, which means it supports 13 different languages. Their amazing program also allows you to clone voices. Fish.audio make your voice legendary, or at least make my voice say weird things. I legally can't stop you either way.
All right, we're back from break. Joseph, ready to finish out the second half of the episode?
Oh, I'm ready to finish.
I got 2 things for you, right? So actually, the second half probably not gonna be that long, right? If you want to look at slide 39, you can see what I'm about to read. Okay.
I was looking at it. I was excited. I didn't want to say anything about it though.
All right, you can still hear me right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just not projected. I enlarged my screen so I can see it better. It's been a while since I've done some Sesame Street word of the day. So somehow I stumbled across these. I forget when, and I was like, I'm gonna save them for an episode. So here's some new teacher lingo, sir. And obviously, you're looking at it, so I can't do what I did the last time, which was about a year ago, and say, hey, guess what this word means. So I'm just going to see if the audience could guess it, right? In their head as I read it. So, desk-tastrophe. I will ask you this before I read it. Have you ever had a desk-tastrophe?
I don't think so.
Well, when you were a teacher, you were mostly a PE teacher, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So I guess you wouldn't really have to worry about this as much. Although I guess you had your spots in the gym. But when no matter how you draw desk-tastrophe, for those that wonder, it's just when no matter how hard a teacher draws up their seating chart, they always still have, you still end up with kids sitting together that should always be separated. And this happens 100% of the time. I got kids now. They're like, Mr. Bean, can you move me from so and so? And then I have to sit there and in my head be like, okay. I'm trying to like play the Matrix out in my head. Who can I put here? You know, who can I switch? But it's always a nightmare, man. It's always a nightmare. Wait, what about a bath avalanche? I bet you've had this in PE.
Dude, so many times, and it's and it I mean, I don't know that, and it's amazing how much water can like. You could have a kid probably like with their eyeball hanging out of the socket. And you're like, you want some water? And they're like, okay, and then they're just good. You're like, what the?
Bath avalanche, the phenomenon that occurs when one student asks to go to the bathroom and suddenly everyone has to go as well. We did this. We had a field trip last. We had 2 field trips, but we did this one. We did a play at the end of the year, right? And so I made my entire class go right before we got on the bus, right? And the bus ride was about 15 minutes. Totally. As soon as we got there, so many kids were asking me to go, and I was like, no. I was like, we just went. Y'all can wait. And we were there, and 1st grade was there, and 5th grade, and then so the 5th grade teachers started taking their kids, and then the 1st grade kids started taking their kids. So I'm like, well, now I can't tell these kids no. And it was a musical. It was the Seussical, the musical. I didn't see 1 second of that musical because I was going up and down the stairs, taking people to the bathroom. Because, like I said, once one went, it started a chain reaction.
Where, like at the Magic Theater?
No, we were at a high school. Like, I don't want to name the high school, but like, it's a pretty cool high school. Yeah, I've only been in the Magic Theater once. I didn't get to see that. We watched what do you call it? School of Rock. No, not School of Rock. What? Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock. Schoolhouse Rock. You know, with like I'm a Bill. I'm just a Bill. That kind of stuff. I didn't get to see a lot of that either because I did the same thing, going up and down the stairs with trying to take kids to the bathroom. Ugh. Disapencil. Man. Again, you as a PE teacher probably didn't have to deal with this as much, right? But this is to make a pencil disappear, sending it into an alternate dimension from whence it will never return. Every child is born knowing how to disapencil, and there appears to be no known cure. Dude, and this is starting to happen a lot. Like this class or this school was doing great until about the last 5 weeks. And I swear these kids are just taking it and stealing it. Like they're either eating it or breaking it. I don't know. But on Friday, I think I put out 15 pencils and I had 3 classes, and every class, like, I need pencils. And I'm like, look on the ground. Somebody's hoarding it, man. Someone's got to just be still stashing them, you know? But it's frustration. On the black market.
Like, you needed one? I got some. I got one for you.
Quiznesia. I wouldn't say it happens so too much for me as a teacher. I do remember, this kind of does remind me of when we were in school. Because I don't really announce quizzes. I don't really say, hey, we got a quiz tomorrow. Because I don't want them to be like, I'm not coming to school, you know? I just like, but the quiznesia, when no matter how many times you remind a class, they all seem to forget that the quiz was today. You and I probably had quiznesia when we started college, right out of high school. When we'd show up and be like, what? There's a test today?
We were not good students.
No, not that first semester. Especially at 8 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yeah.
That's what we get for thinking we're smart.
Lunapocalypse. The disaster that befalls your classroom during a full moon when students go completely nuts. Now, I know elementary teachers will rubber stamp this in a heartbeat. You haven't seen it as much in the upper grades, but it happens with the little kids, man, or with the younger kids. You know, it's like, you can tell. Actually, apparently there was what was it? It was a special moon. Special full moon this week.
Well, like a I don't know, blue moon, red moon, something like that.
I think it might have been a blue moon. You have to like look at it or something. But we were some of us were texting like, what, kids were crazy today, and then come to find out, oh yeah, it's a full moon. And then the last one, oh my gosh, Tecolops, right? Am I saying that right? Oh, kind of like collapse.
Oh, okay.
Tecolops. I don't know. Sorry. People are gonna be like,
going on with this? That's pretty much what it is.
When all the technology in your classroom decides to stop working at once, usually right when you need it the most. Murphy's Law to me. Like I like joking with you when I'll send you a text like, "Oh, the internet's down. I can't teach," and you'd be like, "Yeah, teachers used to say that at my old school." Like, what am I gonna do?
Time.
I just do it as a joke. I just go like, "I'll figure it out." But
I would just be like, guys, like, have a backup plan in case the internet goes out, because it's not like the internet's not gonna go out. Like it might.
Exactly.
And then they like all of a sudden what happened? They're like, I don't know. I thought I was gonna do it, but then I can't. Like, you son of a.
You're like, come on, people, come on. All right, I got one more segment. This goes off of our in reaction to the Arabic numerals, right? This is a long lost speech from George Washington back in the day, sir. My fellow Americans, I stand here before you today with a dream. A dream that one day our children would not be judged by the number on their test scores, but rather by the letters on those test scores. Specifically speaking, IV, V, and whatever the hell XLII is. For too long, our nation's youth have relied on Arabic numerals, things such as 0 through 9. Digits so simple that even a congressman could understand them. But Americans have now declared that simplicity is in fact our enemy. So now, ladies and gentlemen, instead of writing the digit 7, your child will now write VII. Because nothing prepares you for adulthood quite like needing a math degree to read a microwave. And let us not forget little Jimmy in 3rd grade, who proudly answered XIV minus VI equals. Hold on, wait a second. Give me a little bit. I'm trying to think this out. Carry the one, blah, blah, blah. And then by the time he eventually finished, his recess was over, and he'd in fact grown a beard. My dream is this. It's simple. That one day a student will walk into class and declare boldly, I got a 93 on my test. I want to hear their teacher look them dead in the eye and say, Roman numerals only, sir. And little Jimmy will proudly respond, was it XC something? So tonight, let us march. March like the numerals across the chalkboard toward a future where the most confusing part of math class is not the fractions, but rather the alphabet soup we will now use for numbers when we make the switch from Roman numerals to Arabic numerals. So, as I fade into the distance, remember, E pluribus unum, vini vidi, V, I think. God bless America, and may God help anyone trying to write their Wi-Fi password now. I just realized that I said Roman numerals to Arabic numerals. I reversed that, you know.
Oops. I don't know if it echoed a little bit of mine, so I'm not sure if it'll echo like that in the recording. She might have to like edit the thing.
Well, I had like an echo thing, but I'm gonna upload that part anyway. What would you want to say about that speech, though?
Well, the speech is good. Like I like the fact that it kind of brings, like it brings to like the fact that like it kind of makes pokes fun of it, and the fact that like Roman numerals are hard. Like I always got like I never got the fact that like when you subtract, you put the number in front.
Yeah,
like some sort of weird.
That's either before. That's 1 before 5. Like it's like the 1 before, after 5, and after 10. You know?
Yeah. So like, it's like you got to put IV is 4, and it's like wait, what? Like
and
so
then VI is 6.
Taking 1 from 5 to make 4, like somewhere. And it's like wait, what?
Yeah.
But the video is even better in the fact that like it's like random scenes. So it's like you're like wait, what? Like at one point, like you've got like it looks like we're Jedi.
The beach. Yeah. Oh yeah. When you're force choking.
Like, yeah, and it's like, what does this? What does this have to do with Roman numeral? Or like, am I that really upset about the Roman numeral, Arabic numeral things that I'm like, oh,
I didn't think of that. I just since I recorded the audio, I was like, I need a visual that goes with it. You know? And so I just used our YouTube, our stills from our thing.
It's like it's not even like Japanese, like where it's like the words are off kind of thing. Like, oh look, it's called Jiro. Your mouth. It's all. I guess Joey's really mad that Chandler wants to do Roman numerals, and so he's trying to kill him, like Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of thing. Wait, what?
And I remembered it today. By the way, I still got your stuff. I want to do those shorts, that I'm working on, but I also got to work on S.N.A.R.K TV. I might I kind of missed the deadline for November, December, but I can always roll. Well, I still have a little bit of time this month, but I got to work on the intro. But all right, dude, do you want to do the social media plugs before we end it?
Oh, I can, and I can actually do it like perfect right now because you got the slide. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're on X and TikTok at Choey and Jan, at CHOEY, letter N, JAN. We're on Threads and Instagram at Choey and Jan 2. That's at CHOEY, letter N, JANTOO. We're on YouTube at Jandler Bing 969. And then on Facebook as Jandler Bing.
Yeah, that's it. Anything you want to add for this week's episode?
No, but reading through those things reminded me of something that an old man was telling me yesterday that I'll tell you after the episode.
Okay. You know, I will say I posted on our socials that Thanksgiving game, right? Like I posted that, and I might try and get some magic clips on there. That's my goal, but that's pretty cool. All right, so I'm gonna pull the plug, and then you got news for me, and I got some news for you offline.
Get ready for the Sketch Network for absurd and ridiculous knuckleheads. Or S.N.A.R.K TV. It's TV.
The Tuned Out Network, a network for kids, and adults who act like kids. Tuned Out presents Mickey Mouse, Behind the Ears.
He was America's sweetheart, a symbol of joy, innocence, and corporate domination. But behind the ears lay a life of excess, addiction, and heartbreak. It all started in 1928. A young, ambitious mouse with big dreams and even bigger ears. Mickey was the face of a revolution. Hollywood adored him. Kids worshipped him. The money was flowing. The fame was intoxicating.
We used to call him 3 Martini Mick. That mouse could drink any tune under the table. I once saw him go shot for shot with Goofy. Goofy blacked out. Mickey, he went to a meeting with Walt right after.
By the time the Mickey Mouse Club hit television, Mickey wasn't just America's mascot. He was its problem child. The pressure was too much. The fame, too big. The parties, too wild. But Minnie wasn't laughing. The two had an on-again, off-again relationship plagued by infidelity, jealousy, and a high-profile court battle over Pluto's custody.
I stood by him through everything. The drinking, the partying, the weird friendship with Donald. But I couldn't stand by while he ran around with Jessica Rabbit.
As Disney grew into a global empire, Mickey spiraled. He was technically the face of the company, but behind closed doors, he was a mess. He was in and out of rehab, nicknamed the House of Mouse Arrest, and was caught smuggling tiny bags of pixie dust into It's a Small World.
It was bad, man. Real bad. He once showed up to a Fantasia rehearsal so zooted he tried to conduct the brooms, like with his bare hands. They listened, man. The brooms listened.
But Mickey Mouse is more than just a cartoon. He's a survivor. With the help of his friends, therapy, and the terrifying power of corporate rebranding, Mickey made a comeback. He starred in new movies, rebuilt his image, and, most importantly, cut ties with Donald, his worst enabler. Cut to a furious Donald Duck being escorted out of Disneyland, screaming incomprehensibly. Now, after nearly a century in the spotlight, Mickey has learned to balance the fame, the fortune, and the temptations.
I lost everything, but I got it back. Stay clean, kids, and remember, don't trust ducks with a temper.
Behind the Ears, the Mickey Mouse story, coming soon to a streaming service that he probably owns.